How did I 10x my money and make over $1 million in under a year? Let's dive into it. What's up guys, it's Kai here. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that have recently subscribed, I have reached over 1,000 subscribers and I'd like to thank you very much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. For those of you that are new here, I make videos on money, personal finance, and investing. If these type of videos interest you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell to stay updated on upcoming videos. Now in today's video, I'll be going over my journey since beginning YouTube last year on how I 10x'd my money and generated over $1 million by trading in under a year. We'll be diving into my personal trading account and I'll be going over the lessons that I learned and the mindset changes that I went through to help me achieve this goal. And I'll also be going over where I plan on going from here and what investment opportunities today that I'm excited about. I like to first start off by saying at first I thought it was kind of weird by opening up and sharing my trading account to this whole YouTube world. But if this video can go ahead and motivate or inspire, or if somebody can get a little nugget of information that would help their life and benefit them financially, then that would be awesome. Now, if you guys could ever so gently tap that like button down below, turn that thumbs up blue, I would really appreciate it. It really helps support the channel. Let's hop into it. So going back 11 months, 2020 was a crazy year. A lot of stuff happened. The world had a global sickness going on, causing stock markets to crash. And I've seen stocks plummet way below their 10-year lows. And there was a lot of fear in the market. There was a lot of fear everywhere. Fear on the TV, on the radio, in the stock markets, going to the grocery stores. There is fear everywhere. And I know you probably heard this saying before by Warren Buffett, be fearful when people are greedy, but be greedy when people are fearful. And during this time, everywhere you look was fear happening. So after stepping back and taking it all in, I noticed a huge opportunity. I got a feeling of excitement and I wanted to share it with everybody. The reason I was excited was I was around during the housing market crash back in 2008. At that time, I dabbled in stocks, but I totally had the funds to take advantage of those opportunities. I could hear it on the news and see all around that the market crashed. And in retrospect, looking back, I wished I took advantage of that opportunity. There was tons of opportunities where I could have multiplied my money. So I began to get excited because I seen the same opportunity present itself last year. And I didn't want to miss out this time. So I got very excited. I seen the opportunity. I wanted to share it with everybody I know, my friends, my families, and it even inspired me to make a YouTube channel so I could share it with everybody I know out in YouTube land or whoever stumbled across my video. Really quickly, let's check out this short intro from last year. I'll put it here. This is my very first YouTube video. Listen to what I'm saying and take note of the date that this is posted. We'll come back to this date when we hop into my trading account right after this. Today, I'm going to be talking about how I see opportunities in today's current economic situation that will allow you to double, triple, even 10 times your money. Let's hop into it. Okay, so let's dive into my account here. Here is my TD Ameritrade account. This is current year to date that we're looking at here. From the start of the year, let's go check out the past 6 months so we can see the growth. And I'll go ahead and click the past year. So here's my growth this past year. I was not doing anything with this account. I just had money sitting in safe stocks like Facebook. But if you remember that date, March 23rd is the absolute lowest day I had last year at $118,895. That was the very first day that I filmed my very first YouTube video. The high, I went to 1.25 million. You can see it grow here. The peak I reached it was February 17th. So it did drop currently, and I expect it to be very volatile with the stocks that I'm in. I'll go ahead and update my balances so you guys can see here. Still sitting around just under $1.2 million in just about 11 months. During the market crash, one of the most important things that I did and lessons I learned was to take action, because when this information was brought to me back during the housing crash, or even when I seen people making millions of dollars during the tech bubble, I kind of took this information and was like, oh cool, but I did not take any action. So I just knew that I had to take action and I did not want this opportunity to pass me by. So the very first action I took was researching on how I could take advantage of this opportunity. I started looking at industries that got hit the hardest. focus, which was the travel industry, because all over the news, airplanes were not flying and cruise ships was not sailing. So in my very first YouTube video, that's what I did. I trended out those stocks. I seen them hit 10-year lows. I took a look at where they traded normally and seeing what is the difference and how much I could multiply my money there. So I seen those as huge opportunities and I went ahead and hopped in. I ended up hopping in stocks like Delta, American Airlines, Carnival Cruises. The restaurant industry, I hopped into Dave & Buster's. I seen oil prices dive, so I went and hopped in on Chevron. And in the short term, all of those moves were good moves. They did give me good gains. I got gains. Some gains I got of over doubling my money. Some gains I just got 20 to 40%. But one of the mistakes that I realized that I made is that I was shooting little shots at these things. As you see my trading account, it started at about 120. I was only putting about 1 to 3,000 in each one of these stocks, thinking if I could hop in and double it or triple it, that would be cool. But one lesson that I learned from that is that I was spreading myself too thin. I mean, even though that these stocks had the potential of doubling or even tripling over time, the amount that I was putting in was too small, and it was harder to keep track of all of these plays that I was making because opportunities were everywhere and I was just hopping into all of these little plays. So I wasn't achieving the goal that I wanted and I wasn't taking full advantage of the opportunity that is at hand. So at this point, I had a mindset change where I needed to focus my energy on where I seen the most opportunity. So I took a step back and I did a ton of research trying to find the best opportunity that would help me achieve my goals. I'll use this analogy of a video game where you're trying to beat the main boss and he's sending all of his little minion fighters to come and attack you, but your goal is to kill that main boss. I was playing the game where I have my little pea shooters and shooting bang, 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 1,000, 3,000 there. You know, if the 1,000 doubles, the 3,000 only goes half. I'm making slow progress to where I want to go, but not very efficient. So I sat back and I changed my mindset where let me stop my little pea shooters and just take my one big bullet, do my research, aim good, and sniper shot right at that boss. Instead of spreading myself too thin and wasting my time and effort on all of these little fish. So with all my research, what I found was that my main play was Tesla. I was convinced that it was undervalued. With all my research, I had conviction to sell all of these little stocks that I have and put a big chunk into Tesla. And once I did this, this is where I started seeing more substantial gains. And at this point, my whole focus was on Tesla. I noticed that Tesla even had patterns where it would take a run up before earnings dates, and right after the earning date, it would drop. It would run up before good news such as the battery day or being included in the S&P 500. And then right after that, it would take a dip. Since all my focus was on this, I realized that. So I would sell my Tesla stocks right before the good news came. And once it dipped after, I would buy again. So I would be accumulating more and more shares of Tesla. Now I understand that this goes against conventional knowledge where you want to diversify your portfolio. But here's what I thought with that. If you stick to conventional ways of investing and diversifying your portfolio, sure, you could go ahead and get 7 to 10% gains a year every year. But I realized that that is not my goal to just get 7 to 10% every year. So I needed to take an unconventional approach to get unconventional results. I guess that would be another lesson that I chalked up is do not spread myself too thin and do research to where I felt comfortable taking my shot. And of course, Tesla went ahead and split and they kept another run up. That went and multiplied my money even more. It's hard for me to tell how much I actually multiplied because I've been hopping in and out of Tesla this whole time, selling at the highs, buying at the lows. It easily raised my trading account by a few $100,000, and that's being conservative. So all the while playing with Tesla and all my energy focused on Tesla, there's the news of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency taking its run up. Now, I've been into cryptocurrency back since 2017. I've been holding my Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies since then, but I haven't really done much with it. And then I began thinking, how can I take maximum advantage of this? I need to take action. And so I went ahead and researched and looked at what stocks that I could buy. Previously, I only knew about the Bitcoin stock GBTC, which is Grayscale Bitcoin. And that's the only way that I knew I could trade Bitcoin on the stock market. But after some research, I found that there are Bitcoin mining companies. And then when I looked back, I noticed that they grew exponentially as Bitcoin grew. I felt excited. I made a video, so I put it out to share with you guys. So I invested in Riot and I went ahead and invested in Mara, which is also a Bitcoin mining company. And needless to say that both of these stocks have taken off. So it was the same process by the lessons I learned. I seen an opportunity. I needed to take action. So I went ahead and researched it and looked into it. I felt very strongly about this. So I loaded up my sniper shot. Bam! Shot it at the main bad guy, Bitcoin mining companies, and it killed it. So where I'm at today is my portfolio still holds Tesla because I still see them in the future with the opportunity to multiply. And I'm just planning on holding that all the way to 2030. And I'm still holding on to Bitcoin mining companies as I still see Bitcoin exploding throughout the remainder of the year. And I'm making these YouTube videos to share with you guys the opportunities that I see. So Bitcoin is currently at 50,000. And if this is your first time being introduced to Bitcoin, that could seem like a lot, but it is projected to go into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I use the Gemini app to trade Bitcoin. By signing up below and depositing $100, you get a free $10. Link in the description if you're interested. If you're interested in trading stocks, I also have a link where you can get 2 free stocks. I made a video last year where I invested $500 live, and here's my current Weibo account. It already doubled. You can look at my 2 free stocks, San and Levi here. They already had some good gains on them, and these were absolutely free. Link in the description. So some of the lessons that helped me achieve my goal of 10xing my money and hitting over $1 million in under a year is number 1, take action. You see an opportunity, don't let it pass you by, take action. You need to be laser focused on your target, make sure your goal is set, and do your research to make sure you hit that goal. And also don't spread yourself too thin. Don't be distracted by these GameStops or AMCs or all of these little stocks that could be going up and down. I mean, if you research those and you have a conviction in those, then that's your goal. But don't be distracted by any new little shiny thing that comes along. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked the video. If you think this video was helpful, please go ahead and share it with somebody that you think it could help. I would also appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. Also, a shout out again to everybody out there that helped me hit my first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys out there see any awesome opportunities. I'll go ahead and take a look into them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.